The battle between American and European tractors is more than a clash of machinery, it's a fascinating window into two different agricultural philosophies shaped by geography, tradition, and innovation. When you watch a John Deere roar across a vast cornfield in Iowa or see a Fendt glide precisely through a narrow vineyard in France, you're not just witnessing engineering, you're seeing the heartbeat of two continents' farming cultures. And in today's world of high-stakes food production, understanding what makes American tractors unique is more important than ever. Imagine standing on a wheat farm in Kansas. The fields seem to stretch into eternity, undisturbed by fences, with nothing but sky above and soil below. Here, American tractors are built like titans, muscular, straightforward, and designed to cover vast acreages with brute power and efficiency. In contrast, European farms tend to be smaller, more segmented, and closer to urban settlements. Their tractors are compact, nimble, and loaded with technology to maneuver in tight spaces while maximizing yield. These design differences are not just stylistic, they're deeply rooted in the types of crops grown and the terrain they're grown on. Take corn, for example, a staple crop in the U.S., especially in the Midwest. To keep up with the sheer volume of corn production, American farmers rely on high-horsepower tractors often exceeding 400 HP, with massive dual tires or tracks to handle heavy implements like 24-row planters and deep rippers. These machines are designed for long hours, minimal downtime, and easy serviceability. Brands like Case IH and John Deere have dominated this space by emphasizing durability and raw pulling power, ensuring farmers can plant, cultivate, and harvest across hundreds, sometimes thousands, of acres with clockwork precision. But travel across the Atlantic, and you'll find that the demands shift dramatically. In Germany, France, and Italy, vineyards, orchards, and smaller grain farms dominate the landscape. These crops require surgical precision, grapevines are easily damaged, olive trees demand careful navigation, and wheat fields in hilly terrain challenge traction and balance. That's why European tractors, such as those from Fendt, New Holland, and Valtra, focus on compact designs, superior fuel efficiency, and advanced automation features. Many are equipped with continuously variable transmissions, CVTs, front loader compatibility, and advanced suspension systems that make them adept at multitasking in tight and varied terrain. American tractors tend to favor a philosophy of simplicity and strength. Farmers in the U.S. often work with open plains and predictable soil conditions, so there's a premium on machines that can go hard and keep going. With fewer built-in electronics, though that's changing, American models are easier to maintain with basic tools, an appealing feature when the nearest service center is hours away. This has led to strong brand loyalty. Ask a soybean farmer in Illinois what kind of tractor they use, and there's a good chance they've stuck with the same make for generations. On the other hand, European farmers often work within stringent environmental regulations and smaller landholdings. Here, the tractor becomes not just a workhorse but a smart hub of farm management. Precision farming is the norm, and telemetry, GPS steering, and automated implement controls are fully integrated into many European models. Crops like sugar beets, potatoes, and barley, common across the EU, benefit from this attention to detail. European tractors are often built with ergonomics in mind too. The cabs are quiet, climate-controlled, and resemble aircraft cockpits more than the rugged interiors of their American cousins. Let's talk about emissions. The United States and the European Union have both implemented regulations, but the EU's Tier 5 standards are generally stricter than EPA Tier 4 final in the US. This has driven European manufacturers to innovate with exhaust after-treatment systems, diesel particulate filters, and efficient engines. American manufacturers have kept pace, but often with a slightly different approach, focusing more on mechanical reliability and cost-effective performance. This difference becomes crucial in operations involving hay, alfalfa, or cotton, crops that require consistent engine performance under dusty, hot conditions. Then there's the matter of comfort. While early American tractors focused primarily on endurance and pulling power, recent years have seen a shift. High-end models from brands like John Deere and AGCO now feature climate-controlled cabs, touchscreen monitors, and even in-seat massagers. Yet even with these upgrades, European tractors often outclass them in terms of cab refinement. Fendt, for instance, is known for its VarioDrive system and adaptive cab features that provide not just comfort but real-time feedback for precision agriculture. That's a big deal when you're maneuvering through delicate tulip fields in the Netherlands or rice paddies in Italy. Speaking of rice, let's shift focus to how terrain affects design. American tractors, especially in the South, are built to handle the wet, muddy conditions of rice farming. That's why you'll often see wider tires or even full-track systems. Kloss, a German manufacturer, has also adapted to this with hybrid designs that combine the agility of European machines with the strength needed for waterlogged fields. But in general, American machines dominate when brute force is needed to plow through dense, saturated soil. Rice, cotton, and even peanuts, crops that require soil manipulation on a massive scale, are typically best served by the torque-heavy builds of U.S. brands. Cost is another key differentiator. American tractors tend to offer more horsepower per dollar, making them attractive for farms that prioritize output over gadgetry. That's especially important in states like Texas and Nebraska, where vast sorghum and corn operations depend on scalability. European tractors, while often more expensive upfront, justify their cost with technology, fuel savings, and versatility. In Italy, for example, a single high-tech tractor might manage an olive grove, plow a wheat field, and run an irrigation system. All with data-backed precision. Connectivity is where the lines begin to blur. Both continents are embracing smart farming, and companies on both sides have invested heavily in remote diagnostics, data sharing, and machine-to-machine communication. Still, European tractors lead in full fleet integration and seamless implement compatibility. A farmer in Austria growing hops might switch between attachments with minimal calibration time, using a terminal screen to control everything from seeding depth to fertilizer distribution. In contrast, while American systems are catching up quickly, many are still semi-automated, especially on mid-range models. Another defining difference lies in aftermarket support. American brands have built extensive dealer networks, particularly in agricultural states. This means faster parts delivery, in-person servicing, and better trade-in value. A wheat farmer in North Dakota or a cotton grower in Mississippi can likely have a technician out the same day. European farmers, who deal with more fragmented land and more diversified crops, often rely on specialized service centers, but they benefit from long-lasting machines and modular part systems that allow upgrades without full replacements. The philosophy of farming also influences tractor design. In the U.S., the emphasis is often on maximizing yield per acre of staple crops, think corn, soybeans, wheat, and cotton. In Europe, sustainability, soil health, and biodiversity are more heavily emphasized. Tractors reflect these goals. For instance, tractors used for growing rapeseed in Germany may be equipped with soil sensors that adjust tire pressure to reduce compaction. American tractors, meanwhile, may pull 40-foot tillage tools across dry bean fields, prioritizing speed and coverage. Even aesthetics matter. American tractors are typically larger, boxier, and more utilitarian. They make a statement of strength. European tractors are sleeker, often more colorful, and look more like advanced utility vehicles than field machines. This might seem superficial, but it speaks to a deeper design ethos, form meeting function in distinctly different ways. Ultimately, the unique character of American tractors lies in their scale, simplicity, and adaptability to large, high-yield farms. They are built to endure, to serve, and to lead in mass food production. European tractors, by contrast, shine in complexity, adaptability, and finesse. Tools crafted for a continent where every inch of farmland is precious and diversified cropping is the norm. As technology continues to converge, the gap is narrowing. Some American models now include European features like CVT transmissions and integrated precision farming tools. Likewise, European manufacturers are building more robust machines for export to the Americas. Still, the DNA of each remains distinct, shaped by the needs of the soil and the spirit of the farmers who operate them. So, next time you see a tractor on the horizon, whether it's a John Deere carving through sorghum in Oklahoma or a Valtra weaving between apple trees in Normandy, remember that you're not just looking at steel and rubber. You're witnessing the legacy of two continents, two approaches, and one shared mission: to feed the world.